What if I told you that whether you're in your 20s, 30s, 40s, or 50s, there will always be a stage that will honor all that you have been and all that you will be? You wouldn't believe me, right? But I have somebody who'll prove you wrong. Please welcome Dr. Kavitha Shashikumar.
Hi everybody, I am Lekh, Uthaiah, your Femina Miss India Punjab 2022, and since then I have been a model, I have been a content creator, and I am the founder of my own pageant training and modeling institute called ELEKHTRA. We are currently taking one-on-one online sessions, but we have 2 more editions, which is our Prime online workshop as well as the Pageant Intensive workshop, which is happening in Bangalore. All of the details are in the description and you can check it out.
Dr. Kavitha Shashikumar is a physician, she's an author, she's a weightlifter, a runner, and a passionate hiker who has traveled across 40 countries, hiking all over the trails, and she's added one more feather to her cap, a pageant queen. We're so happy to have you here, Dr. Kavitha. How are you doing?
Thank you so much, Lekh. I am enjoying being here with you. Such a nice opportunity for me. Thank you.
And can you please tell the audience where you are representing us, which is India, globally?
Thank you. I am Kavitha, like you said. I was born and raised here in Bangalore. And a few years ago, I moved to Dallas, Texas, and I live there. But currently, I'm representing India at Mrs. Unity World Classic 2026, which is happening in September in Lucknow.
So close. And as far as I know, you've never worn high heels up until the age of 54.
Yeah.
What exactly made you think this was the step to take?
Yeah, that's kind of a long story. Because of my old ankle injury, I never stepped into heels. But last year, as part of our physicians group, we had a fashion show. And I wanted to model in it, and it's always nice when you wear heels for a fashion show. So I actually wore kind of block heels. I did not wear stilettos or anything like that. And I did the fashion show, and I was so happy at the end of it. I looked like a new person. I felt like a new person. I can say I kind of got addicted to it. So because of that, I thought, let me go modeling. And I picked New York Fashion Week as my first one, which is like the biggest stage in the world. And at the end of that ramp walk, there were like 10, 15, 20 cameramen taking pictures of me. I felt like I was the most important person in the world.
Right.
And the way the gown made me feel, the makeup made me feel, I was hooked. I was hooked. After the New York Fashion Week, I did Paris Fashion Week, London Fashion Week. And then I thought, what's next? Then I saw some pageant on TV and I said, why not? Why not try for a pageant? And the tough part was wearing the stilettos, 6-inch stilettos. But I said, you know what? If I put my mind to it, I can do this. So that's what made me get into those stilettos.
Yeah, I think the saying, if you can dream it, you can do it, is very much proven right here.
Thank you.
But you are a doctor, you are an athlete, you are someone who's now a pageant queen. What made you feel like you hadn't proven enough to yourself that you wanted to take this step?
That's a very good question. Like you said, I've been a doctor for all my life, like 30 years. And I'm an athlete and an author too. But I always felt like I'm not pretty enough, I'm not tall enough, I'm not slim enough to be considered beautiful by the world standards.
Right.
So I thought, you know what, if I enter a pageant, maybe I'll get prettier, more confident. And you know what the pageant did to me? That was the reason I entered the pageant, but the pageant made me realize I don't have to be prettier. I don't have to be taller. I don't have to be skinnier. I am enough. I am who I am, and I'm more than enough. So that's what the pageant taught me.
That is crazy. And girls, this is just like a huge realization chapter, because I keep telling everybody who comments and everybody who takes sessions with me that they should absolutely try pageants at least once in their life, because there is a preconceived notion of what it is, and then you enter it and you realize that it enhances your personality and your self-belief in more ways than one.
Correct.
So I think that this is another reason that should motivate you to step into a pageant stage and just explore yourself better. But one thing that really stood out is that you said that you've been in this space all along, but you did go from being somewhere in your 90 kgs all the way down to 58 kgs. That is a huge transformation. But what do you want to tell people about what they think of losing weight after 40s in general?
Yeah. So I actually lost my weight in my early 30s. So after 2 babies, you put on a ton of weight, work gets busy, you're eating in the cafeteria, not having good food, no time to exercise. So one day I realized I'd put on a lot of weight and my kids were still babies. So I'm not having much energy to play with them. And then I did my blood work and that was a shocker for me. My blood was so messed up. I realized if I needed to see my kids grow up, I need to take in charge of my life. So that's when I started religiously watching what I ate and exercising every single day. And I've always been an athlete, but I hyped up my workout. And that made me actually lose all that weight. And people think it's so difficult to lose weight, but I believe it's more difficult to maintain weight. I've been maintaining it now for 20 years and it's not easy, but I will never give up. I will always be doing this. As far as you asking what people think after they're 40, if they can lose weight, it is true. Most people think it's difficult to lose weight, maybe because they're busy in their lives, maybe because in their career, they're at a point where it's very competitive and aggressive and they have to pay full attention to their career. Or maybe because women especially think they're going through the hormonal changes and their body is becoming fat because of the hormones, because of premenopause, because of menopause. Maybe whatever the reason, I want to tell them, no, you can do it. You just have to make up your mind. And it may take you longer. So what? If you're better than yesterday, that's good enough. So keep doing that. Keep being better than yesterday. One day you'll get there.
I love that because I feel like pageants have this misconception that everybody needs to be the skinniest that they can be. So there are girls who just have one meal a day, they stop eating because they want to fit a certain size. But fitness is never going to be a lifestyle option if you are just going to do it for one pageant.
Correct.
You will gain either all of it back or you're going to start punishing yourself to fit a certain mold. And like she said, the way she thought about it was so that she could play with her kids better, so that she could give them a life that they would look up to the mom and she could play with them, she could keep up with their schedules. And fitness benefits you on so many other facets of your life. So don't look at weight loss as something that you have to do because you have to fit a certain standard, but as something that you can inculcate in your everyday.
Correct.
And I really like that she said, as long as you're better than yesterday, you're showing progress.
Correct.
So don't run towards a certain scale or a certain number, but as long as you're better than you were yesterday, you're on the right track. And one thing that I would want to ask you, do you think society is unfair to women as they age? Or do you think it's women themselves who've been conditioned to believe that their best lives are behind them?
This, I think, is not a simple question.
Of course.
So I believe it's both. I believe society does think that younger women may perform better than older women. Not because of their age maybe, but because older women have more commitments. So younger women are more free and they can put all their attention towards their career maybe, but older women have family and in parents and cooking and cleaning and all that stuff. So they might think that younger women are more efficient, more effective than older women. It's not true. I know that, and society should realize that. But what is sad is when women believe that they were better off when they were younger than they are today. That is sad because they are giving up on themselves. You should never give up on yourself. You can always be better than what you were. So yeah, you are busy. Yes, you might have to compromise some places. Unfortunately, for women, it ends up being sleep. We end up sleeping less and because we have to commit time to our families. But we can always do it. We just have to learn to rearrange your life. You can always be better. Don't ever give up and don't ever think a younger person is better than you.
Because I think aging in general is a thing that starts to haunt women.
Yes.
And it doesn't help that everything that we see around us, there's so much anti-aging, there's so much wrinkle-free, there's so much do this for your bones, do this for your muscle, and there's so much fear ingrained in women as a whole. But do you think that the beauty industry profits or out of women actually being afraid to age?
Definitely. I think they definitely make use of it. Beauty industry is like a $600 billion industry. There is no limit to how much money they make. And they make it by definitely scaring us. They say, take care of those lines, take care of the wrinkles. Do you want fuller lips? Fuller face, not like old face. They definitely do. And when I told you that I am enough, I think that's what makes a difference. I'm okay to age gracefully. I don't have to look 20s to be who I am. And I am still beautiful. I think I am beautiful.
I think it's a myth. I think people, when they are in their early 20s, are afraid to be 30. People who are 30 afraid to be 40, 40 afraid to be 50, and it just never ends.
Correct.
And for some reason, this is a fear that's only thrown on women.
Correct.
And what I can say from very little experience that I've had living life as compared to you at least, is that I feel like the older you get, the more experiences you have, the more you understand yourself, and the more you start to feel like you belong in your body. And I think it's a beautiful time to just get older and to accept, because life starts to like come together and it starts to make sense. And I think growing older is beautiful for everybody, and we shouldn't be afraid of it. And do not give in to all of those profit-making businesses who are just scaring you into getting older. And I want to tell you, I saw your finale's answer at Cosmos Queen. It was posted on TGPC, which is the Great Pageant community, and it has gone viral. It has garnered over 3 million views and it has thousands of comments. Did you ever think that moment would happen when you were just answering on stage?
First of all, I want to say thank you to all the viewers. Thank you so much. And I have read every single one of those comments, and you guys actually made me so happy. I was crying. I was bawling away. You were so nice to me. Thank you. On that day, on that stage, no, I was just telling what I felt like a 54-year-old. I wasn't trying to give a winning answer. I wasn't trying to make a viral video. I was just telling what I've experienced in my life, and it is true. I worked really hard in the beginning part of my life, and now that I'm my age, I'm 54 by the way, I have had enough of the hard life. I think if there is an easier path, I'll take it. Obviously, it has to be a moral path. It shouldn't hurt anybody, but why take a hard path if there's an easy one, right? They have made a quote out of my speech now. There is no price for taking the hard way. So take the easy way if it's available.
And I feel like as Indians, and I just say this because I see this in the Indian mentality, just the fact that you have to just hustle harder to achieve anything. The mindset revolves around being able to slog yourself off, work the bones off your skin, and only then you deserve success, only then you deserve happiness. Right. And I think it's a mindset game. The minute you change it and you find a path that is easier, which is again moral, correct to your senses, I think you should take it.
Yeah.
And I want to ask about your Beauty Rooted in Wellness project.
Yes.
You are doing that as a part of your community work, which is so beautiful. Can you share more insights about that?
Thank you. As a doctor, I've always known beauty is expressed from your inner health. Okay, not just the outer beauty, also your mental health. But what I've learned from going into the pageant is beauty is also from your personal growth, your self-appreciation, your body positivity. All that makes beauty. Like she mentioned, not just being in a mold, not just a particular mold. You don't have to be 5'10", you don't have to be 45 kilos. You know, anybody could be beautiful, but you should have that self-appreciation. Always be happy who you are. And that is my advocacy, to tell people beauty is rooted in wellness, not just physical, mental, the whole body, the whole soul wellness. That's what I'm trying to spread the word.
And I think it's very important, in especially today's day and age, where we're just surrounded by the saturation of what a perfect body looks like. And there's so much emphasis on outer beauty, where you are trying to highlight that it's a holistic approach that you need to take. And talking about unity, can we get a little bit of insights? Because in the end, we're all pageant fans, and we all love to know, what does a gown for your finale look like, or what does your wardrobe in general look like? Can you just tell us?
I don't think I can tell you much. I think it's a secret. You all have to wait and watch. It is end of September. We have the Unity pageant, and it's in Lucknow. But I can tell you, it is one of those beautiful colors. It's a long gown, my finale gown, with a slit in the middle. So I couldn't decide which way I wanted the slit. So I said, let's do the middle, and a nice little blouse. How's that?
That sounds amazing. I'm actually very excited to see what you look like in all of it.
Thank you.
And finally, I have a question to ask you. What would a 60-year-old Kavitha, that's crazy when you put that number into perspective.
I can't imagine myself being 60, but okay.
What would a 60-year-old Kavitha feel like she's yet to achieve, or she has achieved, that a 54-year-old Kavitha hasn't?
So what am I going to do in the next few years? Correct.
Yeah.
One thing that I've always thought about, but I've never attempted, which I should, having said all that to you guys, is acting, actually. So now that I've gone into modeling and pageantry, which I never thought I would, why not get into acting? I mean, I don't have to be the hero of the movie, or the hero of the commercial, whatever it is. A side role should be good. But that's something I'm thinking about. So.
Super cool, guys. So if we see Dr. Kavitha in one of the ads or one of the movies that you're watching, don't be surprised, because she said it right here. That's on her board. And what she sets her mind to, she achieves. So I guess that'll happen very soon.
God willing.
And finally, I think because most of our audiences are also young girls, what would a 54-year-old Kavitha want to tell a 20-year-old Kavitha?
Thank you. I would say at 20, I was definitely a bookaholic. All I was is book and studies and school. And then I got into my medical school and residency, and all I did was work. Okay. I never had the confidence that I was good looking or I could go into some place and hold my own. Other than my work was never a problem. So I would tell my 20-year-old that you are enough, you are good enough, be bold, be strong, walk into a room like you own the room, and tell the world who you are.
And I think all of us who are in our 20s are still trying to figure out what confidence means to each one of us, whether it is derived from something that we've seen or something that we've heard, and how to come into our own being. So I think if you are in that space, just being able to tell that to yourself every morning, say that, whatever's going on, I'll figure it out, but I'm going to do it with confidence. I'm going to do it with self-assurance, and I'm going to do it with love and happiness. And I think that way you're going to not just succeed in the career path that you've chosen, because we all love career-driven women, right? But you're also going to succeed internally. You're just going to be doing things with happiness. And when you do things with joy, there is no other way but to succeed in it.
Correct. I agree with you.
Thank you so much for joining us. This was such a wonderful conversation. All the very best for your finale.
Thank you.
Rooting for you. So are all of us. In the comment, everybody, I want you to type best of luck, Dr. Kavitha, because she's going to make India so proud and hopefully bring the crown home, which we're all expecting.
Follow me, guys, and my site is at Dr. Fit Travel Model. I put everything in there.
It's in the description. You can go have a look at it. And I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.
Bye.